episode of Earn Your Strength. Today we're going to be talking about a huge controversial topic. I love talking about controversies, it's fun. What I would like to call the Meathead epidemic. Now, whenever people think of meatheads, well, when I think of meathead, I think of some schmuck doing a back squat with his ass to the ground with, CrossFit shoes on to elevate his heels and all that crap. But we're going to cover a little more than that, okay? What's wrong with the way we are living? This is a question that people have been avoiding for a long time. The industries are saying, don't tell anybody about it, we're making too much money off this. And the fact is that most of how we live is run by corporations. And I hate being run by corporations. That's one of the reasons that you'll never ever see me wearing a t-shirt that has a logo. This is one of the only t-shirts that I have that has a logo. It's got a Nike symbol right there, and I hate it. I always buy shirts that have blank fronts on them because I don't like advertising for companies. They can advertise all they want. They can try and subconsciously advertise towards you. I hate it. We'll try and stay away from that topic for today. But two big problems with the way we are living today from my perspective. The first is meat consumption. Okay, a lot of people don't understand how bad meat consumption is for your body. Okay, it's essentially poison. Okay, our bodies weren't meant to break down meat. We have one attribute in our body that helps break down meat, and that's hydrochloric acid. We've developed hydrochloric acid over years of evolution, but unfortunately we're still not at the point where we can sustain meat eating. Okay, when you produce hydrochloric acid, you get acid indigestion. When you get acid indigestion, what do? You go take Tums to help with your acid indigestion. But you can avoid that entire situation just by not eating meat. So don't eat meat, it's poison. The other thing is that it's a leading causes of most of the deaths around the world. Like, that's just the honest truth about it. Go to the CDC, type in leading causes of death. You'll find number 1 is probably heart disease or heart conditions. 2 is cancer. 3 is diabetes. And all of those have leading causes or are driven by meat consumption. And people choose to avoid this. And people in the industry are saying, oh no, just eat lean meats like chicken. But chicken is actually one of the ones that does the most. The other big thing about meat consumption is the destruction of our planet, the destruction of our ecosystems. A lot of people don't know this, and if you want to learn more about the destruction of our planet, I definitely recommend watching a documentary called Cowspiracy. It's a very, very good documentary. Everything is truthful. It's just bare bones. This is what the truth is. Okay? But I'm going to sum it up a little bit here. The destruction of our planet is largely run by meat consumption. Okay? The production of livestock is this massive industry that just takes over so much of how we think and how we act in society, but you don't really know that because you're so blind to it. Okay, so that's why we need to, develop the knowledge to see past that kind of stuff. 80% of our rainforests are being taken down to produce livestock, to grow soybeans, to feed the livestock. Did you know that a cow drinks about 60 liters of water a day and eats about 120 pounds of grain? That's massive amounts. One cheeseburger takes 660 gallons of water to make. Now, you could sit in your shower for an hour and you wouldn't come even near that. You could be one of those energy conservation people and recycle and turn off the tap every time, and you wouldn't even come near it. Then you go to your local McDonald's and you buy a burger. Boom, 660 gallons of water. One chicken egg, 48 gallons of water to make. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous the hidden consumptions of water that we produce. And people are getting on their high horse and saying, oh no, just turn off the tap, turn off the lights, all that crap. No, stop eating meat. It's bad for your body, it's not sustainable, and it's destroying our planet. Okay? The other thing I want to talk about is sustainability. Yes, some people would say that we do have some characteristics that cater towards meat eating. Unfortunately, we have 7 billion people on this planet now, and we can't sustain meat eating for 7 billion people. It's just not going to happen. Some scientists are estimating that by 2050, we'll have 10 billion people, and there's no way that we'll be able to feed everyone on livestock, on meat production, because we just will run out of resources. And no, we can't do grass-fed because that's just not going to work. We don't have enough land to feed grass-fed cows. Chickens outnumber the human species 3-to-1 to feed our greed and gluttony for meat consumption. So think twice about what you're doing. Try and slow down your meat consumption. The other thing I want to talk about through the meathead epidemic is the idiot or fad lifters that I like to call them, okay? I don't want to talk down about professions. I don't want to talk down about other people and what they're doing, but from my perspective, I see very, very, very little benefits to supporting a cause like CrossFit, okay? A lot of people don't understand that it's just a corporation that's making all kinds of money off of you, you know? I don't have a problem with people getting into fitness. That is not my problem. If a new person wants to go to a CrossFit gym and sign up and get into exercise, awesome, I love it. I love when people get active, but it's the mode of training that I don't agree with, okay? Our physiology does not cater towards just static lifting, just sagittal plane movement. We are bipedal transverse creatures. We are built to move in unique and complicated ways, and just simply throwing a weight over your head is not unique and complicated. It's not. And there's a lot more that you can do with your body than just static lifting, okay? So one of the things that I want to talk about, like I said, is CrossFit, and it's just a huge corporation. Reebok is just making all kinds of money off shoes, ads, t-shirts, this stupid CrossFit competitions. But take a step back and think, what's fueling all of this? What's fueling all of this? And to top it off, it's destroying the industry. There's all these people running around saying that they're CrossFit certified. What the fuck does CrossFit certified even mean? What does that mean? Okay, you can throw a weight over your head. Okay, you're gonna kill someone's spine. That doesn't mean anything. You don't have standardized practices. You can't just have all these people running around with CrossFit certifications. You need to have a standardized practice that has research, studies, like governing bodies, and has a hierarchy. There's no hierarchy. The last thing I want to talk about is willful ignorance. And this is perhaps the thing that aggravates me the most. And I'm sure you can tell in my voice that this meathead epidemic just pisses me off. It's just one of those things that just ticks me off. I don't like talking about it, but I really need to express my feelings. So willful ignorance is basically knowing the correct method or mode of doing something, but just ignoring it because you don't care. You know how we move. You know our energy systems. You know how we train. You know how we should train, what we should eat, okay? Denial of our origins is the biggest trait of willful ignorance that our society has come up with. We've come up with this idea that we are a simple being, and that, you know, training for something is super simplistic, and if you want to get stronger, all you need to do is squat and bench. Okay, sure, your muscles may grow from squatting and benching, but strength is a very subjective term. Okay, if you want to see strength, go online and type in rock climbers, okay? They're these skinny white guys that just scale these walls on their fingertips. And are they strong? Hell yeah, they're strong. Would a CrossFitter be able to do that? No way. Strength is a subjective term. Okay, you need to understand subjective terms. And you can't be willfully ignorant, because you're just harming society. You're not promoting anything well in society. And this is the biggest issue that I have with the meathead epidemic, is the meat consumption and the idiot or fad lifters that are just following. Okay, you gotta stop just following other people. Everyone's gonna say, I can't stop eating meat, I've been eating meat my entire life. Dedicate yourself to a change. Dedicate yourself to progressing your evolution, okay? If you're eating meat, you're going backwards. If you're following idiot or fad lifters, you're going backwards. You need to look at the science of the body. Think about what we're built to eat, how we're built to move, how our energy systems work. And I'm going to be having videos on these in the future. Guys, I really, really, really urge you to look into it. Think about it. Look at different modes of training. Go online. There's a great guy named Naudi Aguilar that does this. He has a company called Functional Patterns, and he's all about how our body moves. Okay? Go online, search him up, look at the stuff that he does. We are bipedal, moving creatures. Okay, we are built to move in complex and dynamic ways, and just doing standard squats and powerlifting is not moving in complex and dynamic ways. Okay, guys. Thanks for listening. Be sure to like, comment, and share. I will get back to you with any comments or